Genesis chapter 33. And Jacob lifted up his eyes, and he looked, behold, Esau came, and with him 400 men. And he divided the children unto Leah, and unto Rachel, and unto the 2 handmaids. And he put the handmaids and the children foremost, and Leah and her children after, and Rachel and Joseph hindermost. And he passed over before them, and bowed himself to the ground 7 times, until he came near to his brother. And Esau ran to meet him, and embraced him, and fell on his neck, and kissed him, and wept. And he lifted up his eyes, and saw the women and the children, and said, Who are these with thee? And he said, The children of God that graciously given thy servant. Then their handmaids came near, and the children, and they bowed themselves. And Leah also their children came near, and bowed themselves. And after that Joseph near, and Rachel, and they bowed themselves. And he said, What meanest thou by all this drove which I made? And he said, These are to find grace in the sight of my Lord. We see that even the book of Proverbs says that gifts makes a place in someone's heart. So this is the principle that Jacob used, that he used gifts that he may find grace. And Esau said, I have enough, my brother, keep thou that's unto thyself. And Jacob said, Now I pray thee, I have found grace in thy sight, that receive my present at my hand. For therefore I have seen thy face, as though I had seen the face of God, that thou wast pleased with me. Take, I pray thee, my blessing that thou is brought to thee, because God has dealt graciously with me, and because I have enough. And urged him, and he took it. We see Jacob urged Esau that he may get the presents that he had presented. And he said, Let us take our journey, let us go, and I will go before thee. And he said unto him, My Lord knoweth that the children are tender on the flocks, and the herds of the young are with me. And if men should overdrive them one day, all the flocks will die. Let my Lord, I pray this, pass over before his servants, and I will lead on softly according as the equation that goeth before me, and the children be able to endure until I come to my lords and to Seir. And Esau said, Let me not leave thee with some of the folk that are with me. And he said, What needeth? Let me find the grace in the sight of my servant. So Esau returned that day in his way to Seir. And Jacob journeyed unto Succoth, and built him a house, and made booths of his cattle. Therefore the name of that place is called Succoth. And Jacob came to Shalem, a city of Shechem, which is in the land of Canaan, where he came from Pandaran, and pitched his tent before the city. And he bought a parcel of the field which he had spread his tent at the hand of the children of Hamor, Shechen's father, for 400 pieces. And he erected an altar and called it Eloli Israel. We see at the end of the day there was an altar erected because Jacob knew the transaction that happens at the altar. He knew what happens there, and manifestation of the power of God. And we see mostly in this particular place just the kindness of Jacob and Esau in this chapter. Above all, we see that still in everything Jacob just continued believing in God, and now he called Israel, because we also see a change in him. And therefore he said, Eloi Israel. This also means as the God of Israel. Therefore, let us meet in the next chapter and see what happens. May God bless you. Shalom.